All right, now back with Hoover Institution fellow Michael Auslin on all of this. Michael, I don't know if you had a chance in the prior segment to hear what Ben Stein was making of all of this, that we might be getting the shorter end of the stick here, that we shouldn't be meeting with the North Koreans, that it's probably a good thing to talk, but nothing will come of it. And it's the North Koreans' profile that is being raised, not our own. What do you make of that?
Well, I think there's some truth to that. I mean, clearly this is a big win for Kim Jong Un. I think, in fact, Neil, no matter what happens at the summit today, Kim Jong Un comes out a winner. He's ended North Korea's international isolation. He's had the pictures of him and President Trump actually appearing very comfortable with each other, splashed all over the world press. He's gotten the sit-down with the U.S. presidents that all North Korean leaders have wanted. So there's no question that that he looks as statesman-like a leader as we've ever seen out of North Korea. On the other hand, from the Trump administration's perspective, they're making the argument that they're the ones who finally have broken the impasse of getting the North Koreans to seriously now sit down and talk at the very highest level. No level can be higher than Kim Jong Un about denuclearization. So they say this is different than what we've seen in the past. And the point that they have, which I think is a point they'll continually stress, is that you can't now go back on whatever agreement they make as the North Koreans in bad faith without it having it being directly linked to Kim Jong Un. So they're saying this is different because we've got Kim at the table, and of course Kim walks away looking like a normal leader under any circumstances.
You know, it would be inevitable, to your point, that obviously it's Kim Jong Un's stature would be raised. Oh, by the way, now we are getting a live footage from this luncheon. Let's listen in if there's some audio here, guys.
Good picture, everybody. So we look nice and handsome and thin.
Beautiful. 잘생기게 아름답게 찍어달라고.
Thank you very much. Please.
All right, that was been a little while ago here, but again, that was coming from this luncheon. And Michael, I rudely interrupted you, but that looks like the continuing friendly tone we were seeing prior. So you characterize it for me, because in any forum where these two are together, it's it's obviously the lesser known North Korean leader whose status is elevated. That can't be helped. But what do you make of that?
Well, I think what's most surprising to me, Neil, is that we have what seems to be a very comfortable President Trump and a very comfortable Kim Jong Un meeting. Now, given the fact that the stakes of this are pretty high for both of them, that it's never happened before, that this was a rushed meeting, pretty rushed summit. Right. The fact that they seemed so at ease with each other is really striking. And I think what it basically reveals is that both of them are pretty confident coming into this meeting. A lot of people have always, the big question was, well, why does Kim Jong Un agree to this meeting ultimately? Is he afraid? Is he afraid that Trump and the madman theory will suddenly go too far and maybe actually attack and rain fire and fury down? And that may well be, but I think he's also very confident. He has things that his father and grandfather never had, meaning a nuclear and missile weapons capability. He's also stabilized the North Korean economy. He's gotten rid of political opposition, his potential political opposition, his half-brother and his uncle. I think he's very confident coming into this, and you see it in the body language between the two. We have a picture that was released of the two of them on the veranda. I expected something that was actually going to be much more antiseptic. The two they'd shake hands, they'd look very serious, they'd walk into the room, and that's about all we'd get. And instead, you have pictures that make it look as this is their second, third, or fourth meeting. And again, I think this goes to the idea that both of them feel confident that they're coming to the table with the upper hand. Now, the question, of course, becomes, what are the brass tacks of this meeting when they get down to that? What type of promises will they make to each other? Will there be any concessions on the part of Kim to show that he's really opening up and can be trusted? Right. And in the case of Donald Trump, does he get sort of looped into a process that can go very quickly to potentially change America's commitments in the region?
Michael, thank you very, very much.